Hello everyone, in this video I will tell on the pros and cons of an army bowler, which I identified in the process of using it for several years. This is personally my opinion. If someone disagrees with something, write in the comment. And one plus for me is uniform. Its shape lets me compose it with a set. From flask and bowler, same shape. Everything fits perfectly in the gas mask bag. At the very beginning of the video, it is clearly visible, and in such small forays is very convenient. Such a set to take. Well, thanks to his form, a mug and a jar of elongated stew just climbs into it. But its form is also to some extent a disadvantage. It's because of this washing the inside is not very comfortable, unlike a round bowler. 2 plus is his weight. If the same say the bowler will be made of stainless steel, then he will be even tammy harder. Here's a flask. Here is this set of flask with bowler. He's pretty empty, and pretty is like that, heavy turns out. Well, in general, I'm thinking because of the weight. Replace here this set of flask with bowler on the same aluminum, but I did not find such a normal set. That is why I took this one out of stainless steel, because the pens are so good long, and they are even on the stove. The pinch cooks do not heat up at all, and aluminum sets they are all some kind of short. Uncomfortable folding handles. Well, about pens, of course, it's a minus. Here is missing him, of course. These are the folding pens, because like this, uncomfortable. It turns out to impose. Would not hurt. And which pen? So cutter, what is it called? Then what is it called? She gradually goes down. That is, as if they're riveting. She gets stuck. And that is already as if does not hold. Such as her at the beginning, because the metal is soft. That is, she already bends down like that. Well, who uses it for a long time, I think, as if know what I'm talking about. Well, the next plus is his volume, and this is very wholesome. By the way, for me, this is how, when traveling to the islands there together, this is the perfect volume. If memory does not change me, then it climbs into it. It's the edge of 1.5 liters. Well, basically soup, if you cook your ear, cook for 2, quite as if enough to eat. Even quite possible to stay full. Even the 3 of us, if they're like, whoa, with a child 3. As if such a small portion. Then you can even do it on 3. Let's say soup. There's a kebab to fry for 2 soups. Very well not so good. To like that for appetite. And it also moisturizes quite a lot of product. He's serving as a container. Very comfortable in this regard. Shorter such a balanced volume, and one is good to walk with it. That is not big key. And in case of what there, if you can, for 2 for 3 in it, cook some soup. That is perfect, that is for constant wearing and to the islands. In case that's there when, 2. Maximum 3 people is basically very much will come down. Well, even if this volume is not enough for 3, then it fits inside. This is how now you saw 2 smaller bowlers. That is, if anything, additionally cook something in it. That is the same bowler shape very well. The moisture just fits, that's which I have from the set. Which with flask. In such campaigns, I do not take the flask myself. There takes a canister of water big. Here I take only the bowler and put it inside the big bowler. Well, or if they're already a main big bowler used, but he is not really washed. Let's say still some fat remains. Then in the small in this bowler is very good as if. With morning they boil water for tea, for coffee. How would he, and like the mug itself? And inside it's still. The mug fits in itself too. That is for two to drink. In one brew, pour into another in two. Two mugs turnout already have. A33 mug can be used as a mug. If you clean, this podkotelnik is also basically a last resort. We'll go to 3 people, so well it turns out quite normally. Well, these bowlers are just this shape. They're basically that shape. These are army bowlers. They fit just here to such a square stove. The pinches are generally perfect. As if the most comfortable thing is that in a fire, as if, but campfire much in the drizzle with him. Oh, bonfire, it's so clean. Well, for the soul to warm up there, throw. They're still in the coals. Baked potatoes. And the stove is a pinch in general, that is, a lot of wood is not necessary. Well, the only thing is like 2 at once. You can't put a bowler. And in the fire, as if you can put immediately. Adjust at once 2 bowlers at once at the same time. 2 dishes of sung to do. And tea to cook and soup. Well, this is how I use it at the stake. That is, I rest a stone. On the hornbeam can be adjusted. Then lower it even lower. Then at the end already, after all. In the coals, the bowler is put already in the when it already burns it, you can put it in a fire. To quickly boil all this. And here is this pendant. She still has more. Such a Budanova German bowler, from which here in principle our got off here this bowler, but less quality made. That is, this pendant handle was bent so simply. Fixed there somehow. And at the German bowler, it is fixed in several positions, and everything is there. Pretty more quality. Well, in general, the spoiler conclusions I made on it, I tried it on fire and on gas. That's but on gas for a very long time he basks. As if in extreme case you can use. But large gas consumption, long heated. Because of its shape. As is purely invented for a campfire. That is, if AliExpress presents then in this in advertising, well, Swarovski there, photos are. That's supposedly on camming people there. On a gas burner on it, they cook. Then this is wrong. The paint I removed from it, that is just cooked in a pan, already deleted a long time ago, and she started there, fall away herself. Yeah, a little bit helped. And now, every time I basically clean it, iron lip. Everything is easily rubbed off. Another one plus of this bowler in that. What is he steady? As if a wide bottom. Unlike here from the Vedavashni bowler, there's a Vedavashni. Still, it's easy to knock over. And this one is kind of a wide bottom, as if, well, everything is balanced, as if weight. And one time, even touched him a little bit. He did not tip over. That is how it stands. He is pretty. Confident, and on a gas burner too here. How did I cook? From stainless steel bowler. One time he knocked over me. So well here gathered Mangalkit. Today, in the grill I will cook. And grill. Today I'm a campfire. I will breed in the barbecue, fry chicken, and cook soup. I also like to use it this way. And summer on the grill is very convenient. The summer and thus it's used. That's how that put it. On the grill grate with the edge. And here I throw wood on the side. The handle is this way and the side bends off the outside. and on the stove pinch if you cook. Then she at all, practically not heated at all. That is, you can even without grab take, but on the grill as if you still need to use a grab. Otherwise you can get a burn. Nice Mongolian comfortable good. Here, unlike campfire, more assembled and more controlled fire. Well, the bowler is given. Here's this smaller one, very good moisture. And the main in this small also still moisturizes. Stainless steel mug at 300 milligrams. Everything is such a good set. Each other complement day well. 2 dishes at once. Getting ready. For 2 for 3 with a child. Perfect volume. Well, still at the moment 1 minus him. This is the price if it used to cost. Generally pennies. Then now somewhere there is about 900 rubles. That is, I do not advise taking for such money. If somewhere cheaper there for 200 rubles you will find, then take it. But for this money it is better to add a little and buy German for 1200. Here with a more comfortable pen. And there turns out it has 3 containers. Another one additional. Already so smoked and it does not get dirty. That is 2 times I did not wash it. Or rather, how did not clean soap it. Yes, top layer nugget. I will smoke it. Because there are still many advantages. What is he when blackened paint? Faster heats he. Well, here it is now more so clearly. How does everything fit in it there? How much total? You can stuff more useful into it. For a hike. So while that is here besides, the bowler itself still moistens. That's a smaller bowler. From the set, which with the flask. Flask today, I won't need it. That's just how he gets up in it. That is, it will not be superfluous. Well, a stove pinch, like I said before. For this bowler, that's exactly what this is, which unfolds. Generally perfect option. She's unfolding, doesn't take up much space. That is, when the gas bag is also from the edge of the bed. Next to bowler, everything gets up very well. Well, in a backpack there in a small pocket. The thing in the bag is also small. Here's that square pocket. He seemed to be invented for her. And then the subcutter is best. That's if you boil the tea. Then better in the pakatonica. He boils in it quite quickly due to that. That low form, that is wide turns out and low. And fast in general, very fast. If you need tea, it cooks very well. And then here I brew so in a mug. In extreme cases, you can drink straight from this cup to use it as a mug as well. Well, one more important I consider plus. Well, someone will consider it a minus. It is the softness of the metal. The fact that he rushes easily. It's easy to straighten. As if, yes, someone will say that how there will be dents as if, well, not an aesthetic appearance. The bee is always, if you crumple it, can be straightened, unlike stainless steel, which can just if, let's say the pressure will be quite large, just might crack and all of you will be left without a bowler. Well, now a clue will appear in the top right corner. Go over it. Halftime playlist from all my hikes. Who cares?